I know what you're thinking. What type of video did I just fucking tap? His feet are up on the table, the lights are dimmed, it's kind of dark in here, it's raining outside. This could get freaky really fucking quick. But I set the vibe of this room to be like this so you understand how bored I am, and I'm about to fall asleep talking in this video, thinking about this weekend. This weekend was the worst UFC card arguably ever. Definitely at the fucking apex. Definitely out of the 107 fights that are fucking before this are 106. This is UFC Vegas 107. This is the worst of those. This is fucking terrible. And I'm about to fall asleep thinking about it. I got my feet up. It's dreadful. It was a dreadful weekend for UFC fans all across the world. If you guys watched my last video, I really appreciate it. Shout out everybody who fucks with Michi, and Michi shouted me out, and a lot of you guys came over, and I hope you guys actually enjoy the content. If you don't, I don't fucking blame you. I'm a weird guy. I'm not Michi. I know y'all are like petitioning for him to start an OF. Like, he's not gonna do that. I might do that. I'm a freak. You catch the vibe of the room. But what the fuck am I talking about? Let's talk about this weekend. And just so I don't fall asleep and thinking about this weekend, I'll talk about other things too. I'm gonna talk about Diego Lopez and Gene Silva fight getting announced and then getting canceled. I'll talk about the UFC Mexico card in Guadalajara moving to San Antonio. And then we'll talk about like fucking BJ Penn tripping. Like BJ Penn, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'm not a huge BJ Penn fan, so I don't really keep up to date with what's up with him. But the shit I've been seeing is fucking nuts. So we definitely gotta talk about that. This video is just like a recap of recent news in the UFC world. That's essentially what it's gonna be called. I'll come up with a better name for it. And yeah, let's just get into this. Okay, first fight was, if you saw the reaction, me and my boy, we didn't know who these, I'm gonna stop saying bitches, because the reality is these could be lovely women. One has a OF, one has a nice ass on her, a fucking dump truck, Like Grant Dawson said, you could throw a quarter off that thing. That, I don't know her. I found out it's Arda Leon, not Arda Lane. She won against Dos Santos. And that was a hell of a fight, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was watching that shit in this room on this TV, like that's right here that you cannot see, and I was freaking the fuck out. That shit was exciting. I can't even lie. Like, they scrapped. I think they won fight of the night, kind of deserved it, because, I don't know, maybe Jacoby deserved it, but Jacoby didn't get shit. Like, maybe performance of the night should have gone to Jacoby, but he didn't get that, so it's kind of fucked. But whatever, let's get into Arda Leon. They scrapped. She put the pause on fucking Dos Santos. Dos Santos just kept staying in range, and I don't know, she had nothing on the feet for her. She couldn't get her takedowns off. It was just Arda Leon masterclass by her. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say on that fight. It was probably one of the most entertaining fights on the card. Card was shit, as we all know. Next fight. Next fight was Oswell, the BSD lookalike, versus forget his name, Oki, Balaji Oki. Oki did good, it was kind of close. It was a close back and forth on the feet also. It wasn't anything amazing, it's not like that fight was captivating, like you needed to watch it. Like, it was mid as fuck. I believe it was a short notice fight for Oswell. Either way, it's a short notice fight for both fighters whenever it's short notice. I think it was within 2 weeks. It was a whatever fight, to be honest, nothing great. Then we got the Jordan Levitt, zesty motherfucker, who actually came away with a win. I didn't think he was going to win, but then again, I don't even know who Kurt is. I'd be lying if I said I follow that guy's career. And yeah, Kurt looked like shit. It was a short fight. He immediately took him down, subbed him. Just like my boy said in the reaction video, he said that was going to happen, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, I guess he definitely got that right. He should have put that on the parlay. After I go through all these fights, I will put up our parlays, our 5-5 parlays, and you will see who did better, and you will see who has to do a prank. I'm smiling saying that, so you kind of know who fucking won. Of course, I'm that guy, but yeah, let's keep going through this. Levitt won. Another, that was a quick fight. Like, you can't really talk about it much other than Levitt is just better. He has a ground game, took him down, subbed him, made it look kind of easy, to be honest. And then the next fight after that, let me see. Yeah, so next is the Alan Nascimento versus Filo fight. I had Nascimento winning. I just liked his win against, I think it was Hernandez. He beat Jake Hadley before that. Wow, he also trains with, Charles Oliveira, which my boy told me about if you watch the reaction vid. And yeah, he won in a decision. It was close. I could have been 2-1, it could have been 3-0. It was a boring fight, to be honest. It wasn't anything great. The other guy, Filo, I feel like a lot of people, I think he was the favorite, Filo. It was just fucking mid, bro. Like, the whole prelims kind of sucked. I guess the first fight kind of surprised me with the OF girl. Like, she was scrapping, bro. So that was exciting, kind of low-key, to start off the card. And like, there's this thing that people in the UFC community talk about, like the prelim curse, where if the prelims are fucking amazing, expect the main card to be shit and a letdown. But, with the prelims not being so amazing, you're thinking maybe the main card's great. Maybe, but yeah, don't even get me started. Let's just go. Let's just talk about the next fight. First fight of the main card, Zachary Reese versus the Serbian dude, Todorovic. That's probably a hot girl because I'm that guy. It's my sister texting me. That's crazy that I say that. Probably gonna cut all that. That's weird as fuck. I'm not that guy. Yeah, Zachary Reese fought. Zachary Reese fought in this fight that I honestly and my boy thought that it would not go to a decision because these guys got knockout power at that weight class, and they get knocked out and they knock people out, and it went all the way to a decision. It was boring. They were sprawling a lot against the fence. They were throwing. It was just a boring fight, bro. And Todorovic or whatever, I had him losing. He did lose. That's not a way you want to start the main card and with that fucking fight. So, next fight was Caitlin Vieira versus Macy Chiasson. Macy lost. She didn't look that good. Vieira was piecing her up. Better on the ground, just more dominant. You could just see that she's fought better competition with Raquel and Harrison, and I don't know. She just looked like the better overall fighter. I hate even covering this because it's fucking boring to think about. Like, I was in and out watching these fights. I couldn't be asked. I'm watching it. I'm like, man, what am I doing with my life? I'm looking back at something else on my phone. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. This is not what UFC fans want, and I guess the next couple of weeks are kind of exciting. I'm not gonna lie, with the Sugar Sean fight coming up, Kamaru Usman's fighting after that. I'm not sure if it's the week after the Charles Oliveira Ilya fight. It's like now we're heating up. We're cooking. The UFC's cooking a bit. It looks better. There's hope. There's a little bit of hope. But this weekend, man, like, this is like this makes UFC 316 coming up look like a 10. Like, how when you see a group of girls out and like they're all chopped, and then there's like the one girl who's really a 7, but she's around a bunch of 3s, so it makes her look like a 10. That's what this fucking UFC fight is. This card is a 3, but it makes UFC 316, which in reality is like an 8, look like a 10. So hopefully it does deliver and it is a 10, but I fucking doubt it. Maybe, Patchy Mix, that's going to be interesting. There's a bunch of fights that's going to be very interesting. I'm not going to hate on that card, but that's for a different time talking about that card. Let's finish this one. Caitlin Vieira, Macy Chiasson. Caitlin Vieira won, dominant the whole way through. Next fight. Okay, this was a good fight. Dustin Jacoby versus Bruno Lopez. And I say it was a good fight just because it's fucking exciting. To see somebody get knocked out like that, dominated. And Jacoby surprised me. I had him losing. I'm not going to lie. He was the favorite. I should have listened to the odds makers. Jacoby just fucking, for how old he is, he looked kind of fast. I'm not going to lie. He fucking starched Lopez. Like, quick. First round. Made it look easy. Man, like, that was surprising. Like, that kind of shocked me. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, good on Jacoby. Maybe he gets a bigger fight, a ranked guy, and yeah, that's pretty much all I could say about that fight. Next fight is this fucking Billy Ray Golf guy who's, disappointed me because I thought he'd win. Like a lot of people, he was a big favorite. I think he was the biggest favorite on this whole card. So, yeah, you got to give it to this other guy, Ramiz. Ramiz, I think this is like 10th or 11th sub win, and a lot of those in the first round. Like, bro, Ramiz just you gotta have grappling. You gotta be well rounded, and Goff clearly wasn't. You know, at least in comparison to Ramiz. Ramiz did it with ease, subbed him with ease. Good on Ramiz. I don't know these guys. Hopefully Ramiz has a promising career ahead of him. His overall record is 12-5, so you know, and nothing exciting. Like talking about fucking Ramiz and Ray Goff, like, bro, come on. I'm not having fun doing this. This is why the lights are in here they're dim. I'm about to go to sleep. Let's pick it up. Let's pick it up. Mateus Gamrot, who was the sneaky fucking main event savior. He is the main event of this card. And he won against Klein in, I don't want to say a boring fight, somewhat exciting. I thought there'd be more takedowns by Gamrot, but he controlled the fight. He won that fight. I don't know what there is to say about it. You know, like I don't know what Gamrot does next. I think I saw a headline recently that Arman Saryukin got interviewed. They asked him, "What's happening with you next? Who are you fighting?" He said, "I'm gonna fight Dan Hooker. Patty's gonna fight Gaethje." What does that leave Gamrot doing? I don't know what Gamrot does. You know, maybe he fights, but he doesn't want to wait too long. But maybe he fights Dustin or Holloway winner. But Dustin's retiring, so just Holloway. Maybe he fights Holloway. But I have no idea, and I don't even think if Arman Saryukin wins a close decision against Dan Hooker, he'll get a belt shot before Patty or Justin winner, because that's just a more exciting fight. So Arman really fucked himself. When he got offered the Gamrot fight way back when, so he could get that rematch, he should have taken it. You know, the UFC hates when people decline fights. You just gotta take the fight. And I don't know why he didn't. You should, if you took a loss to a guy, don't you want that back? Doesn't that fucking sit with you at night? I'm just surprised you didn't want it back. And this Gamrot looked pretty good. Like, him versus Saryukin in this fight would have been a good fight. I still think Arman would have won. I think he's improved way more than Gamrot, but Gamrot looked good against him in the first fight, so that would have been way more interesting than this. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to talk about on this card. Well, I guess we can't forget that Erin Blanchfield is a cocky motherfucker. I had no idea she had some balls on her. You know, imagine your opponent has a seizure and you're calling her unprofessional and this and that, talking shit. I didn't even see one interview where she says, "I hope you like a speedy recovery." She's just like, this bitch. Like, she didn't give a fuck, bro. I don't know whether to be proud of Erin or hate her. She's a savage, yo. And like, there's all these arguments in the UFC community whether or not, you know, Macy brought this on herself with the tip job, like if there were signs of her having a seizure before this, or what it may have been. She missed weight, and like, I don't know what Erin was so heated with Macy about. Maybe she means unprofessional missing weight, but it was by like 0.5 pounds. It's not like she went Kamzat mode and missed weight by like 8 pounds and they have to do a catch weight. Like she could still fight, and if Erin wins a fighter who's not even on weight and does it decisively, it makes her look even better. So Erin has nothing to complain about. And she got paid. I saw she still got money for showing up. So I really don't know what, you know, Erin's deal is for roasting Macy like she's been doing. But good on her, you know. She's got some balls of fucking steel. Yeah, I was shocked by like all the interviews I kept seeing of Erin roasting Macy after she had a seizure. Like, prayers up for Macy. I hope she gets better. I don't know what it was caused by. I don't know what the hell got into Erin. Erin went savage mode. She didn't give a fuck. So that was interesting, you know, and maybe this was just a sign from the fucking universe to show Dana White and whoever the matchmakers to never give us a fight card this shit. You know, this is what's gonna happen. The main event of a shitty card, they're gonna get fucking, I don't wanna say some shit and jinx some shit, but come on UFC. We're better than that. We're so much better than this. And, you know, some people are making jokes like, thank God this happened. It saved us from watching a terrible fight. And that fight was probably going to be a grappling match, kind of boring, shitty striking. So, yeah, it sucks. It sucks we didn't get to see it. It sucks she got a seizure, clearly. to Aaron, Macy just sucks. So yeah, it was super interesting how that all panned out. What a letdown of an event. What a fight night. Fucking incredible. Let me go through the picks, me and my boy. We both had 5 leg parlays. His is here, mine is here, and mine was 4 for 5 with the exception of Jacoby. I didn't think Jacoby would win. I should have just put on this fight. I knew it wasn't going to go the distance, so I put Lopez to win in the distance. I should have put Jacoby to win in the distance, but fuck it, I lost. This kid, I think he lost on, I'm not looking at the card, so I'm not looking at the picks, but I'm pretty sure he lost on the Nacimiento fight and the Goff fight. He might have lost on something else too, to be honest. Maybe it was the Vieira fight, and Macy. He was wrong. He went like 3 for 5. I went 4 for 5. So he's gonna do a fucking prank. I don't give a fuck if he wants to. He's like, bro, I never show up to your channel again. Fuck this. I'm gonna get him doing some wild shit. You can count on me. I promise. Fucking, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. But let's brighten the mood. Let's talk about something else. Even if it's BJ Penn calling his family clones, or you know, and he's on the loose in Hawaii to her. Like I saw some shit. He had an arrest warrant. And he was on heroin. I've seen like so much shit about BJ Penn in the last couple of days. Like, bro, these old legends you don't really think about. Like, I'm not sitting around thinking about Dominic Cruz or TJ Dillashaw. But when I see all this shit about BJ Penn, I'm like, what the fuck is going on over here? This guy's apparently this is the narrative. This guy's on the loose on heroin in Hawaii, running around from the cops, thinking his family are clones and some shit about aliens or... Bro, I'm like, man, I don't know if it's the heroin, I don't know if it's the repetitive head trauma and all those rough wars he's been in, but he's a fucking legend, and it's kind of sad, and it's kind of funny, and it's just a weird time. It's a weird time in the UFC community, you know. The fact that that's a UFC card just went down, and BJ Penn is a more interesting headline is like, it says something. And this is not like the Cain Velasquez scenario where that's just sad all around. Like, that's just, that whole scenario is sad. Prayers up to Cain Velasquez. I hope he gets pardoned by Trump. I hope Dana finds a way to reach out to Trump to get him out, because, you know, anybody would do the same in his situation. Let's just be glad he didn't actually get a murder charge and then kill the fucking pedo. But yeah, it's like the BJ Penn scenario, it's just like weird. It's just like, what the fuck is happening right now? But okay, that's enough BJ Penn. That's like enough. The only BJ I wanted, okay, I was gonna make some shitty joke about BJs, and let's just stop. I gotta get better with the jokes, the timing, the punchlines. I'm trying here. I'm trying. I'm not fucking, for all you Michi fans, I'm not hitting the fucking nail on the head of these jokes sometimes. He's better than me right now. I'm gonna have a guest appearance with this kid. You'll see him in one of the upcoming videos. I don't want to ruin anything, so I'll just leave it at that. Y'all gonna freak out because I know y'all love him and I love the kid too, so it'll be good. But let's go to a different topic. Let's talk about UFC Guadalajara, UFC Noche, moving to San Antonio. It's kind of interesting because now you would think there's a possibility, there's a chance that Yair Rodriguez isn't gonna fight Volk, because that's been the narrative, and that would be fucking shitty if that's true. I've gone over this in previous videos. Yair does not deserve to have a title shot against Volk. It's Movsar. Movsar is the clear-cut guy. But there's also now everyone's saying Aaron Pico's coming into the UFC and Movsar stepped up to the plate and is deciding to fight him. And it's like, man, he's game. Movsar's game. He'll fight whoever, whenever, and you gotta give him credit, but fuck, man, why is the UFC doing this? They're catering to the Mexican community just because it's in Guadalajara, and I get it. You want to put Mexican fighters on the Mexico card, of course. But put fucking Yair against like Diego Lopez, and if he wins that, give him the title shot. Don't make him skip the line and ruin the whole division just because he's Mexican. That's like putting Moreno against the winner of KKF Pantoja. They better not fucking do that. They better put the winner of Cap and Royval against fucking Pantoja KKF winner. That's the next flyweight fight. Put Moreno against Tatsuro Taira. Put Moreno against one of these other guys. Don't fucking ruin divisions to cater to races. And it's just stupid, you know? Like, I don't get that shit at all. And now that it's not in Guadalajara, Mexico, and it's in San Antonio, you'd think maybe it doesn't have to be a full Mexican card. If it is, I don't care. I'm glad to see Mexican fighters. It's just, don't fucking ruin the landscape of divisions to cater to a community. And in San Antonio, Texas, there's a huge Mexican community, of course. I'm from Miami. Todos mis amigos are Latino. I understand, you know? And it's like, bro, we just gotta make the fights that are supposed to be made, not the fights that cater to a part of the world. It's stupid, it's retarded, but it has to be said. I think Yair goes against Lopez and Moreno goes against Tatsuro. If you're gonna, target those Mexican fighters for that weekend. But I think it's good news it's not in Guadalajara, Mexico, because maybe Yair won't be fighting Volk. I still think he is, because Aaron Pico's fighting Mobzar probably, so yeah, it's not looking good for the featherweight division. Also, I saw a headline that Gene Silva might be fighting Diego Lopez. And I got kind of excited for this, because I was like, alright, like, even though I think Diego Lopez should fight Yair, if Yair's going to fight Volk, Gene Silva's like a good guy for Diego to fight. Like, I'm like, Gene Silva's exciting. They both scrap. Diego Lopez keeps moving forward. Same with Silva. Silva moves forward a lot. He showed he's good on the floor. He stuffs takedowns. He subbed Bryce Mitchell, who doesn't get subbed often. Usually he's the one doing the subbing. So, fuck, man, that could have been a great fight. But then, like, a couple days after announcing that fight's confirmed, someone on Diego Lopez's team said Diego Lopez is hurt or something along those lines and can't fight. So now it's like, fuck, bro, what's gonna happen? I want to see Gene Silva fight. Everybody loves the fighting nerds and everybody wants to see those guys fight. I think Gene Silva ideally fights a guy near the top 5. I know he's out of the top 10, but still, give him a top 5 guy. Give him Leroy Murphy. I think that'd be a good matchup. Give him Arnold Allen coming off a shoulder injury, who's a beast. Personally, my favorite fighter. I think Arnold Allen, Gene Silva would be great. That'd be a scrap. Because Arnold scraps, bro. And I feel like the two of them would be a great fight. Just in general, I feel like the featherweight division's in a weird place, especially with the Yair fighting Volk. I hope they don't make that fight happen. I think it's going to happen. And it's in an even weirder place is the whole John Jones, Tom Aspinall heavyweight division. You see John Jones up in Thailand. He's like in a gym, and then somebody in the gym after a big workout, they're in a huge group setting where they're asking John questions. They ask John, "Hey, so when are you fighting Tom?" He says, John Jones's response is, "Me, Tom, and the UFC are doing a lot of things behind the scenes. I'm not allowed to announce anything until the UFC announces." And then today, literally today, Tom Aspinall has an interview with Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen, good guy, bad guy. And on that interview, he says something along the lines of, don't pay John Jones no mind, he's retired. And I already have a fight and I already have a date. So I don't know if I don't know if Tom Aspinall is doing that to hype us up. I don't know if John Jones is just leading us on again and again. It's just, that division, I feel bad for anybody in that division. I know Derek Lewis is making a run back in that division. And realistically, man, he could get a title fight. You say this a year ago, you'd never think he could get a title fight. But if John Jones does retire, there's only a couple guys in that title picture. Volkov, who Derek Lewis beat back in the day. There's, Derek Lewis gets 1-2 good wins, knockout, usually how he does. He could be fighting Tom Aspinall. And that's kind of interesting, but yeah, I don't know who number 1 contender is. Clearly Tom Aspinall, but I mean, to fight Tom Aspinall if John leaves. Fuck, man. I guess John Almeida. Maybe put Almeida versus Volkov and Gane versus Derek Lewis, because I don't think Gane should be ahead of Volkov. He did not beat Volkov. That was a robbery. That was bullshit. But yeah, I don't know what this video is. It's just going over a bunch of different UFC news, covering the most recent fight card, BJ Penn madness, just the featherweight division, the heavyweight division, San Antonio, the card being moved from Mexico to San Antonio. I'm all over the place in this video. Like, I don't know I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just covering UFC news. I hope you guys like it. I try to make it entertaining. You guys gotta bear with me until I get better at this. This is like I haven't even made 10 videos yet. I'm trying to get better, guys. I really appreciate the love. I really appreciate when you guys give me comments of ideas, anything you guys want to see. I'm up for it. You know, I'm fully game. I'm gonna do more picks videos like the ones you guys just saw. It was kind of entertaining having somebody else to talk about UFC with. And if you guys have collab ideas in the future, you know, down the line, I would love to interview UFC fighters. That shit would be really cool. Like, I boxed myself, so if there's anybody in the South Florida area who trains MMA, like a lower known fighter, like I know Dustin's in the area and other guys, but they're way too big for me to reach out to. I mean, like, if there's any UFC fighters or prospects coming up in the area, I would love to go out, interview them and do a day in the life and train with them and the whole 9 yards. I think that would be sick content. But yeah, just let me know in the comments of what you guys want to see. You know, there's so much we could do with this channel, and I can't do it without you guys, so I really appreciate the love, and this is really just the beginning, and I'm excited for what's to come. And yeah, thank you for watching.